we're going to go ahead and start, guys. Welcome to Bciu 114, also about live video. There's a lot of information packed in here. All right, so first of all, we're going to go through what our video platforms are and what they all do. So we use Bciu. Bciu is video that's shot and edited. So Bciu is where we edit and shoot video, edit it, and then put it on there. So it's very formatted. We sell pre-roll for it. Our second video platform, and this is an old one we do, which is why the event has been deleted, is live stream. Live stream is how we typically live stream video. It's what we did for Snowdown when we did the parade. Our third video platform is Periscope. Periscope, it partners with Twitter. It's live video that's basically tweeted out. And we now have Facebook Live, which is live video directly on Facebook. So this is a little bit of a summary of what we just said. Bciu videos are produced by our staff, or they're submitted from readers. I think we had one of the Lion, maybe? I can't remember. Live stream is not just live events, but we need to have a really good Wi-Fi or DSL connection in order to use live stream, which is a little bit problematic often. Periscope, and so live stream we would only use for really big events, things like press conferences, things where we know that we're going to have a decent wireless connection. It's really hard to do it for things like, I think you guys did do some for the river spill, but it's harder to do for things where you're out and about and don't have a very solid connection. It'll drop a lot. Periscope is just with a phone, and we would use it, that's news of interest to kind of a wider audience and folks that are just coming to our website. So the Hard Walk 100, the Animus River spill, a lot of those things are things we'd use Periscope because it's not just folks that are coming to our website. We want to push that news to a variety of folks out there. And then Facebook Live, which is a newbie, we'd really want to use it to promote content that brands ourselves. And it is a little bit more local because it's folks that have opted in to like our page on Facebook. Obviously that can be shared throughout Facebook, but these are people that have said that they like the Durango Herald and are interested in Durango Herald news, so it is a little bit more local. Now, one thing you see on here is I wrote either on-site or off-site, and this is important because what happens here is when we post a Bciu video, we're having users come to our site and watch the video on our site. Live stream, because we don't pay for the MacDaddy package, we actually send people off of our website. Periscope is also off of our website, and Facebook is off of our website. So Bciu is the only one that we really have a lot of wins with as far as page views, uniques, and time spent on site. The other ones are really more of a branding opportunity for us to show what we can do to a wider audience. Okay. Yeah, I mean, Bciu is really anything. Phones work for anything. Bciu and live stream you can use real cameras with. Okay. So for Bciu, it's mainly our photo team that uses it. Although you guys in the copy desk use it quite a bit as well because you use it through MediaWare Center because that's where our videos end up and then you link them to stories. So Bciu is the only one that actually has a link into MediaWare Center. Now, copy editing team, moving forward, I'm going to be getting you guys access to Bciu. You guys need to make sure that you're editing the descriptions within Bciu as well, because those are showing up on the website and they're often not getting edited by anybody. And as we all know, everybody needs an editor. So I'll get you guys access to that, but that'll be part of the editing process moving forward for Bciu videos. So we're going to walk through that real quick. To edit the description of Bciu, you go to studio.bciu.com, and I'll email this out for you guys if it's not on that sheet. I can't remember if it is or not. You log in, and then you click on Media, which is right here. And then in the left-hand rail, you click on Durango News, which is the player for Durango. And you'll see all the stuff we have in here for all of our different pubs. But you just care about Durango News. You find your video to proofread. Check the box to the left of it. It's really small up there, sorry. And then in the right rail over here, you'll get the information associated with it. That's what you edit. Give it a read, and then just click Save if you've changed anything. So just so you guys know, on our website, this is the widget in the right rail right now, and this headline and this intro are pulled from the story file. So whatever story it's attached to, it's pulling that headline, it's pulling the first start of the sentence. That will change with the new website because it's obviously not the best experience because they're not always exactly tied together. Now, when you go,
will it become short description, long description?
It'll become short description, yeah.
Short description.
Headline and short description in Bciu, which is why it's imperative for you guys to start editing those within Bciu. Now, right now, when you go to our video player on the page, when you click through, these headlines and descriptions are coming from Bciu. So again, we're getting these in here with no editing. So we need to change that moving forward. So, any questions about Bciu right now? No? All right. All right, so live stream, photo team mainly are the ones that handle this on the back end and the cameras, but that's what we need to be prepared to coordinate. And remember, live stream are the ones where we go out, ideally with a video camera, stream something like we did the Snowdown Parade, a press conference, etc. And we really must have a good wireless connection in order to make that happen very well. It's a pretty poor user experience without that. So for most of the folks in this room, the most imperative part of live stream is how to post it on the website, because that's something that you may be doing. And within that, you go to the edit UI. Just like anything else, you give it a net title and a title. Put a photo up if we know, if it's live streaming city council and Mary sends back a photo right before the event happens, we want to get that photo up there. Give it the proper taxonomy for where we want it to publish. And then when you're in there in the UI, you would check the box, it's over here on the left, that says HTML, because you'll be adding code. Your first line should be describing what the live video is. We're live from the Durango City Council, where they're discussing the Gold King mine spill. I go to that too much, I think. And then the second line is this code, which I'll send this out in digital format so that you guys have it as well. And that's it for how to post live stream on the website. It's pretty simple. Questions, comments? You should have a decent heads up before needing to do this. This is not like Shane's running out to a airplane crash and we're going to try to live stream it. That should be rare. It should be pretty prepped up. So Periscope's a little different, and you guys won't be using this too often, but I do want you to know how to do it. You do it on your smartphone, so if you, Shane, for sure, you're probably the only one in this room for sure, make sure you have Periscope downloaded on your phone. The rest of you, it wouldn't hurt to play around with it a little bit, but you don't have to have it downloaded. So you open Periscope, you have Periscope set up. So you just go to broadcast, enable your camera, enable your microphone. If it's for work, I ask that you enable location, although you do not have to if you're not comfortable with that. Give your broadcast a headline. I have newsroom testing here. Click start broadcast, and you're literally just going, and to stop your broadcast, you just swipe down. What it does is it's linked to your Twitter account, so it'll tweet out a link that somebody's doing that. So, David also a lot will need to, if we know that Shane's going to be, periscoping from something, or we anticipate that he might, keep an eye on that so we can retweet that link, obviously from the Herald account.
We've used those on the website too in the past, right?
Yeah, it just takes you off the website. Yeah, and we can post those links, right? No problem. But again, it just takes you off the site. So the school bus wreck press conference, we did live stream and Periscope because we're having problems with them both working. And so we had both of those links on the website in a story. However, when you clicked on either one, it took you off our website. So it's, it's good to have the live video. It's a great audience experience. It's just a bummer that we can't embed it. So this is me live on Periscope from the newsroom. You can see it automatically does live on #Periscope. Your headline falls in right after that, and then a link to where your Periscope lies. So Facebook Live is the new one. It's the fun one. It's the one we haven't used yet. So I am excited to use it, and to use it for some purposes that we see moving forward. So a couple things. If you may be in an opportunity where you might live stream, again, I think Shane, you're the only one in here. Make sure you have the username and password for the Herald account somewhere handy, or that you are on Business Manager and can get to it. They have changed some things on their interface, so make sure that you can still get to the Herald page and post as the Herald from your phone. So you can do this on your own too. It doesn't just have to be in the Herald's one. So you literally just type the right button on Facebook, and then tap broadcast, which you do when you post an update, in case you don't know. Tap the little broadcast dude who's like an alien here. And then if you want to put a description, you can put a description in, and then you literally just tap go live, and you are live. When you end your broadcast, just tap finish, and you're done. At this time, a Facebook Live broadcast has a limit of 30 minutes. I can't see a real reason that we'd be going longer than that, but if we did, we could just wrap it up and come back. So now we just want to dive into when we would use these things, because they are all different platforms and they're used for different things. So obviously we would want to go live for things like hurricanes, major events, things the world is watching. When I was in Louisiana, we had hurricanes a lot, and forest fires, that's a great one. You know, what is really good is during Rita, maybe, we did live video every hour on the hour for 15 minutes, and we had it set up. We just set up a little fake broadcast studio in the newsroom, and you know, we assigned each reporter had a time slot, and they had to do 15 minutes, and whoever was in the room, you know, let's say Cliff's time to be on camera. Shane had just gotten back. He'd prep Shane, and he'd talk about, you know, he'd interview Shane on what he saw out there, all of the updates, all the warnings, you know, where you should be, where the sandbags are, all of that relevant information over and over. Who we knew was safe, who we knew wasn't safe. And it was terrible. You guys all know newspaper people are not broadcast journalists. I mean, we're not great at this. That said, because most of these live, and it was Mogulus at the time, it's live stream now, has a chat function, and we had so many people contact us that we're just so happy to know that people are safe, that their home was safe, that their dogs were safe, that what exactly was going on. So really think about, you know, sometimes people get a little caught up in live video not being our forte, not being what we do, but it's exactly what we do, is deliver news and help people navigate whatever the situation is. And so we can really, really use this to our advantage. You know, another example of, you know, so I've done live video for the first time at 2 papers. Just keep getting the same job over and over again. But so when I was in Rapid, where I'm from, we had 2 police officers shot and killed, a 3rd injured. They didn't think he'd make it. He did, and the suspect was shot and killed. We had just kind of learned how to do live. I sent out my breaking news reporter with an iPhone and a login, and she did live video for 2 hours like this. And she was 3 blocks from the scene. So really, she could have been in this newsroom for all we knew. You couldn't see anything. That said, we constantly fed her data, updates, you know, past folks that were killed, you know, past police that were killed, any story that we were chasing, any status, we just fed it to her. And again, the same experience. Even though you couldn't really see anything where she was, even though she was definitely not a broadcast journalist, it brought the situation home, and people felt such a connection to what was going on. So it's just really, and she kind of became a mini celebrity in the area as well, but it's just so imperative to delivering the news in that real time and really making people connect. The Gold King Minesville, of course, is another example of when we would use it. Parades are a great chance to use it. And it really does just increase that reader experience for us and enhance what news is going on. So a couple things, if you should end up being out there doing live video, which I know for most of this group, save Shane and Jerry, is probably rare, but I want to go over this because you never know. Samantha may be the only one in the room, and she has to go do it. Include any data you know, any facts you know. Think about the nut graph for what's happening right now. Again, it's a lot like what we went over. Oh, you guys did live tweeting. With live tweeting, it's like every 15 minutes, you know, re-examine what your nut graph is. With the Amber Alert today, you know, if you were live at some scene, obviously it said there's an Amber Alert, this girl's missing, they're searching. You know, 2 hours later, unfortunately, it was that she was killed. So just constantly think about what your nut graph is. Try to be organized. Make an outline before you start. You know, write it down. Have it on your phone. It's so easy, and I've fallen victim to it too, where you get on there and again, we're not used to it, and you forget what you're going to say. You ramble. If you have an outline written out, you just bing, bing, bing. Use any data when you can. If it's a major news event, the newsroom should be feeding you information. So like with the police shootings, you know, we had maps, we had graphs, we were all researching stuff in real time, delivering it to Holly out in the field, and then she was able to say it out loud. Remember your 5 W's. Try to put people in the scene of where you're at, and it doesn't matter if it's a major event or if it's a community meeting. If half of the city council members are up in the bathroom and they're talking about something major, say that. You know, just constantly keep putting people in the scene. And repeat information, because people will come in, they'll leave, somebody else will come in. You repeat yourself way more when you're doing live video than you would when you're writing a story, because you just have a rotating audience. And keep in mind how the event affects people. If there's safety issues, if there's things they can go do, if, you know, they've opened up the road to go get dogs because the fire looks like it's going another way. Whatever information that your audience can use, and make sure that we interact with them. All of these platforms have the ability for the folks to ask questions. We need to pay attention to them. Ideally, if it's a major news event, Shane's on the scene, Jerry's shooting the video, hopefully David's answering those comments. And feeding the relevant answers to Shane when he needs to talk about them. Always let people know what's coming up next. If you have an interview with a public information officer, or if you're done, or you're going to be back later, you will screw up. It's the nature of live video, particularly, again, with us bumbling newspaper fools, is that we will mess up. Just keep going. Silence is not golden. Keep talking. Power through it. And remember that our readers are forgiving. They do understand that we're word people, and they're often just very thankful to have some connection to whatever event is going on. And then tease to our website, you know, especially when you're on Periscope or Facebook Live, it's something that's off of our website. You know, our photographer has a photo gallery. Check out other video from the event. Tease back to our other products whenever you can. Visually, remember to show people the scene, but again, as much as you think people don't want to see your mug, they do. Put yourself on camera. You are the tie to the event for most of our readers. And make sure you do a wrap-up. I've noticed a lot that newspaper people have no idea how to do this, which is not a surprise, because we write 50-inch stories and let our editors cut them. But, you know, let people know what's coming next. Is there going to be a story later on the Herald? Is there going to be another update from officials? Will we be live later? Where can they go to see what's going to happen next? Do we want to tease to our Facebook page? Do we want to tease to our Herald account or our Herald page? Just make sure you tell them where they're going to be able to get more information. And the other thing to remember is that you are covering what's special about the event. So let's say it's the Gold King mine spill where all of it's special. At one moment, what's special might be the interview with the public information officer. Once that's wrapped up, wrap it up. Don't be live just to be live. Don't drag it out. Cover the event that you're there to cover, wrap it up, and get out. We don't want to bore our audience either. And the other thing is just remember you're the expert on whatever you're covering. You know, speak with the authority. You are telling folks what's going on. They are trusting you, and you need to be their authoritative, kind of tied to the situation. You know, as we move forward, trying to do more and more live video, let your editor know immediately when there's an opportunity that we might be able to do live video. Coordinate with the online team. Typically that's David, Amy, Sue, and probably myself, so that we get it posted as soon as we can. And then with the photo team, with Bright Cove, whenever you have a video that's ready, make sure you let the copy desk know, because them editing your Bright Cove description, Jerry, is a new step there for them. So again, if you don't have Periscope, download it. Make sure you have the Herald Twitter account linked to it. Double check to make sure you can log into everything, and keep a cheat sheet with any notes so that you're ready to go live when you have to. And finally, identify an event. So this would be Shane and Jerry. Identify an event in the next 6 months that you can go live at, so we can start getting some practice and training our readers to look at it. Thank you guys, that was a lot of information. I'll send out all of that info in digital form, and let me know if you have questions.